Now this is a lineup I like to see. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Brightworks. We're excitedly getting into a game that was played on Rosetta. Today spawning as our red team leader right up here on the front line, a commander who goes by the name of Snoopa, spawning in the exact same position on the other side of the map, our blue team commander, Raiko. So excited to see the top of the top, gonna be duking it out on Rosetta. One of those maps where one player on the team, one player on each of the teams can certainly have more impact than everybody else on the game, and it's whosoever is controlling this 10 metal per second metal spot right here, dead smack in the center of the entire map match, all that good stuff. Always exciting to see some pros play this map because it's so action-packed. There's metal all over the board here and droves of it too. 3.0 metal extractors is extremely high. 2.0s out here in the no man's land as well. Very high metal map means it's going to be action-packed. So what exactly are we going to do? Snoopa going for a double metal extractor start here, spawning with the 2 metal extractors and LLT as well, just in order to protect those, since the main facility, of course, is going to be built up on this high ground. Looks like Avenger K drawing a helpful little treasure map for the red commander to figure out where he should be going. X marks the spot, and it's a 10 metal per second metal extractor. Gonna be Raiko going for the extra 1 metal per second metal extractor. Will it be the difference? That's going to be 2, 4, 5, 15 metal per second going up against 14. Is it going to mean the difference? Well, there's only really one way to find out. Snoopa going for a solar panel now on the high ground right here, and solar panels make a lot of sense, of course, when your economy is going to be about twice as large as everyone else's on your team. 2 things about this map. One is that there's a lot of reclaim. Tons and tons of rocks available for reclaim. Love the little maps that everyone's drawing here. Yeah, H. Pascal drawing everyone a nice little treasure map. Yo ho ho, and across the high seas we sail here. Well, the dry high seas anyway. Maybe we can go vehicles and pretend that they're boats, right? Mount some flags on them or something. Sail them across the dunes. My dune, my Arrakis, my Rosetta. Anyway, hope your day's going well. I'm having a great day. Maybe you can tell. It's been a good one. I've been casting a bunch of games all day today, and it's been a load of fun. Just wrapped up casting actually a game that was from the last night's fight night. I reckon I should probably mention that again because by the time that this video goes live, fight night will be this Saturday, August 10th, and so you'll still have time to sign up. There'll be a link down below in the description. Anyways, what are we up to? Raiko and Snoopa both going for bot labs, both going for Armada, and both going for 10 metal per second metal extractors. Going to be pumping out those solar panels left, right, and center. And oh yes, the other thing about this map, I said there was 2 things, and I said one thing. The other thing about this map, of course, is that there's imbalance to it. So this northern side has way less metal. The tank commander has access to way less metal than the commander over here, who in this case is going to be the Cyan commander. Similarly, of course, on the southern side here, Cashmiss X43 going to have far less resources available than Stardom here. Stardom, by the way, a very competent player, one of the names that I definitely recognize from way back when even I was learning how to play this game. Very prominent free-for-all player, but definitely a lot of those skills transition over to the 8v8 scene as well. In fact, I would probably say if you're a good free-for-all player, you're probably a good 8v8 player. Doesn't necessarily work in reverse, but certainly works in that direction. Constructor's up and running right here. Gonna go build. Interesting. So we're building a build turret in the backline here, probably to upgrade these to T2 eventually, but also we can, of course, cram this full of wind turbines or some advanced solars or anything like that as well. Snoopa finally making units. It's ticks on the front line right now. Solar panels producing a whopping 200 metal or 200 energy per second. Just lovely. Parentheses sarcastic. Psalm 144_1 moving forward. The powder blue commander going to be assisting Raiko right here on the front line. Going for a chain of build power here. Interesting. Yeah, Raiko chaining build power forward. Wonder what we're doing that for. Boy, that's an obnoxious name. OX7C, 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 OX7C. It's got to be some sort of hex code, right? It's got to be some sort of hex code. Somebody let me know what that means. It's probably like jaw or something like that. I don't know. Tick's running forward. Ooh, we might snipe a constructor here. Ooh, we might be able to snipe a constructor here. Nicely done. Snipes that constructor and manages to get out with a pawn alive. Yeah, all the ticks go down, but the pawn survives at the very least. Not bad. Not bad whatsoever. Chaining the build, the build power forward is interesting here. Obviously, this build turret is useful. It can help produce units. This build turret is useful because it's helping build this one. But once this build turret is no longer useful, I'd love to see it reclaimed. Hopefully, we do manage to do that. I suppose it can serve as a repair function too, though. If you just park units back there, they'll sort of passively be healed up. Grunt run by on the southern side, actually a double grunt run by. It's the hot pink commander and the yellow commander, both slipping grunts past the defenses right here of both the commander in seafoam green and lavender. Cashmiss and Pasta Polo both suffering from a little bit of Cortex action. Yeah, Lab goes down. Brutal right here for Cashmiss. Gonna have to reclaim and rebuild that entire lab right there. No way that there's time for it. Shuriken coming out of the map to try and shut a lot of this down, paralyzing these grunts whenever possible. Cashmiss in a load of trouble. What are we gonna do about this? I've seen commanders pork up on this high ground here. Of course, building a geothermal plasma battery, a Cerberus cannon up on this high ground, one easy way to cement this position. Other things, of course, include agitators, heavy laser cannons, all sorts of stuff like that. Centurions and Rocketeers on the front line right here. Wow, what an identical matchup between these two commanders. Raiko and Stupa sharing the same brain cell and going for the exact same composition. Centurion on the front in order to soak up shots and provide vision, and Commander in the back repairing the Centurion with the rocket bots firing away for high damage as well. What a funny composition, but it is beautifully done. I love that we're figuring this out. Man, Bar used to be such a primitive game, and what I mean by that is just the build orders weren't quite figured out. Nobody really knew exactly what you should be going for, what the most premier strategies, the most ideal optimized strategies were. And now it really feels like we have locked it down quite nicely here with the both commanders seeming like this is the best way to play. Must mean that it's pretty good. Oh, Centurion in a little bit of trouble here. Heavy laser tower, so nice for pushing this back though. Are we gonna scale heavy laser towers forward? That'd be a cool way to play this. Wouldn't mind if we do it in that style. Flanking the heavy laser tower here from Snoopa with the heavy laser towers from Raiko. The static defense push. Ooh, that's a commander going down. That's a double commander going down right there. Oh no, just one. Just one commander. It's the purple commander going down right there. Watch me do this. The orange commander managing to reclaim a whole bunch of that wreckage. Centurion trying to defend its leader, its fallen leader, but it will not manage. Nice influx of metal right there for the orange commander, who's going to be going up for tech anyway. We do have a T2 laboratory up and running. Very interesting. Heavy laser turret now up and running for the red commander, who's instead of going for that weird build power chain sort of thing, is instead just going to go ahead and start some build power up on the front line. Not the end of the world, of course, but again, it does leave you with a little bit of build power kind of hanging in the middle right here. T2 mechs obviously tapped first and foremost right here in the middle of the map. This is the most valuable metal extractor in the game, so obviously putting that mechs down first and foremost makes a lot of sense. I think we should just go for more heavy laser towers, yeah. Continue the HLT push since we're just going for Rocketeers here. It's all bots. T1 lab actually dismantled right now for the red commander. Going for expansion in the backline right here, going to be going for some of those advanced solars versus the blue commander who's just going for him right up here on the main facility. Metal income is spiked right now though, as that T2 Mex comes online, and that's going to mean that suddenly the blue economy and the red economy both have a massive influx of metal to spend. How are we going to spend it? Good question. Right now the red commander really isn't. More build power, more heavy laser towers, more even gauntlets and agitators could be valuable here. Quote me once and I'll never say it again, but that static defense that's normally so costly that it's just never efficient could work in a situation like this where A, you have the build power to put it up quickly, B, you have enough metal to afford being wasteful, and C, you have enough build power to take it down quickly. I guess that kind of fits into number one, but you get the idea. Jammer already up and running for the blue commander. Raiko seeming just a step ahead of Snoopa here. The build is just slightly cleaner, it's just slightly faster, things are clicking together just ever so slightly nicer. The red commander essentially following step for step though, and as long as the trades are relatively efficient, it really just doesn't matter. What are we gonna go for on the back? It's a T2 transition. Okay, so T2 lab gonna be put up in the back line here. Hopefully we destroy all these T1 metal extractors, reclaim them, and turn them into either a fusion reactor or, of course, just a good old-fashioned advanced solar panel ball. Meanwhile, on the southern side, it is a hold on this low ground right here that was destroyed. We had a bot lab transition from the Lavender commander. I don't mind it because bots are obviously going to have an easier time traversing these hills. Sheldon coming out here as well is going to be quite nice. Looking quite risky, though. Meanwhile, the hold is looking phenomenal out here in the middle of the map for the Tan commander, Avenger K, going up against Nazah. Watch me do this, going up against, or watch me do this and Avenger K, 2v1ing Nazah, but Nazah seemingly holding his own. Yeah, Brown commander has fallen right here in the middle of the map. Gonna be pretty easy to reclaim all that wreckage. It's been essentially left for Baron on the middle of the map. Raiko cloaked right here in the radar field. Hold on, let me turn this on so you can see. Radar jammer field available right here. Cloaking the commander and almost allowing it to degun. I wonder if we could. Oh, it's very close. Yeah, we might be able to degun that heavy laser tower with the commander if we get an opportunity. Oh, Snoopa moving offline here. Oh, I think Raiko wants to. I think Raiko wants to badly. Metal storage comes up right here. Fusion reactor starts as well. Interesting. There he goes. There he goes. Nice D-gun right there. Connects with the heavy laser tower and a bunch of LLTs as well. Beautifully done from Ryko. Looking for the opportunity to try and jump on Snoopa's commander. Don't think this is going to be enough damage to kill that commander. But it'll bring him pretty low. Yeah, Snoopa in a little bit of trouble here now. Little bit of trouble here now. Uh-oh. With a massive T1 army now marching forward, the red commander has to think of something quick. It's going to be a beamer turret that's thrown up on the front lines here. We don't have really enough resources, enough energy actually, to put this together very quickly. And once it comes online, though, it'll be very powerful. Oh, he wants to snipe that commander badly. Yep. D-guns have to be on point here. Red commander needs to stay alive. If that commander goes down next to the metal extractor, this is all over. Oh, beamer turret not being repaired. There we go. Construction turrets need to keep that beamer turret alive. It's really the only thing stopping this push right here. Commander needs to get out of there. Oh, that commander's scaring me. Eventually the beamer turret will save this, but I would say that's definitely enough damage. Watch me do this, recuperating in the middle of the map here. Rocket Spider is going to start firing away. Centurion's one of the few units that Rocket Spiders can actually hit relatively consistently, with the Rattlesnake coming up and online here as well is quite nice. Where did that commander wreckage go? It must have been degunned or eaten up already. And of course, Weber's very short to follow after here. Going to be eating up a load of that reclaim right here as the static defense continues to be built up on this high ground. T2 Lab will be eaten up right here by the red commander in order to fund a T2 expansion. We're going to be going for a fusion reactor and eventually into some of that T2 economy, I do believe. Fusion reactor already up and running for the blue commander, and we still have tons of T1 solars. I really... well, you know how I feel about those T1 solars. Bunch of different stuff starting up on the front here as well. My goodness, a lot of stuff starting up. We have a Scorpion pop-up turret that looks to be abandoned. We've got a T2 metal extractor being upgraded. We've got build power coming up and a tactical missile launcher. Say all that 3 times fast if you can remember it all. Shell and Ball firing away down here. Nice save by Postapolo, saving his teammate on the southern side, managing to make sure that the Lavender commander doesn't get too heavily steamrolled. Now it allows this force to move northward here to try and contest Lukewarm Water, the Maroon commander, who's got a nice tactical hold right here in the middle of the map. We do have a couple of Dragon's Teeth protecting this agitator from being swarmed. Agitator doing quite a good bit of damage here on the middle of the map. Not bad. Well, thugs wasting their life here just walking into the static defense. Not even really a reason these ticks or pawns need to fight this. They're essentially just going to go down for free, but there we go. This radar jammer is the unsung hero of this blue footprint right now. Able to cloak this so that that rattlesnake can't really fire away. Can't really reach anything on the front here anyway. The second one will be able to, though. Missile launcher up and running. Missile launcher online. We could, of course, go for one of the Armada missile launchers as well. We do have T2 Mexes coming up in the back here as well. Excellent expansion pattern from both the blue and the red commander, both looking to continually scale that economy of theirs. There we go. T1 solar panels being eaten up. There we go. Just for that, I hope Snoopa wins this. Just for the fact that Snoopa ate those solar panels before Ryko managed to. You now have my blessing. Looks like watch me do this doesn't care, though. He says, fine, I'll do it myself, and sends the sprinters forward. Rocket Spiders and Recluses and all that in the backline, a little bit vulnerable, but there are welders to blast down the spam that otherwise would damage them, so that's really nicely done. Shuriken to stop those sprinters in their tracks, and Hounds to clean up them after the Shuriken have paralyzed them. A nice little teamwork play right there from the green commander and the purple. Is that a scuttle? I believe that was a scuttle. Marching forward right there, shut down by a bunch of T1. Nicely done. Tactical missile almost up and running. Moments away from the tactical missile launcher completing its course. Walls and turrets. Interesting bit of strategic, maneuvering here. From a highbrow perspective, the red team slightly ahead in economy, actually. Yeah, you know what? After converting most of this into E-converters and fusion reactors, the red economy is now flourishing. Snoopa pulling in about 80-ish metal per second. The blue commander pulling in about 60. Not the end of the world by any means, but certainly leaves you with a little bit of a want for more. Scorpion turrets trying to clean up a bunch of scouts. Definitely a waste of their firepower, but certainly better than nothing. And those rovers will be dealt with. Nicely done. Missile is charged. How are we going to spend it? The obvious, most prominent target would be, of course, the metal extractor here, but can you kill one of those with one hit from the tactical missile launcher? I'm not sure. Always impressed by the tactical missile launcher's ability to damage things, but I'm never entirely sure what its real capabilities are. Persecutor cannon firing away right here. Rattlesnakes on the front, also firing as far as they can. Orange Commander goes down to the Sheldon Bowl on the northern side. Uh-oh. Things are starting to look dire right here for the red team. Luckily, the push on the southern side is looking good. But if this hold in the middle of the map goes down, things could get rough. Sprinters charging into the Fiends. Not exactly where you want to put them. Fiends come out on top on the Sprinter. Where are we firing? Missiles away. And it will be put right into the middle of that metal extractor. Nicely done. Boom goes the max. Oh, and even the T2 lab goes up as well. Beautifully done right there. EMP missile fires into the backline as well. Slightly less destructive and probably not going to do as much, but at the very least we can't catch that fusion reactor. Metal economy sundered in half by the red commander here by that paralytic missile for at least the next 30 seconds. The energy economy actually plummeted here as well. Huh. So who really does more damage? The EMP missile sustained over a long period of time, or the tactical missile, which essentially necessitates some kind of a response. The question rapidly becomes who can capitalize on the other being damaged first. And the answer appears to be the blue team. With Hounds marching forward en masse right here, not going to be too difficult for them to overwhelm what puny static defense does remain. Yeah, T2 Mex is falling right here, and Avenger K in a lot of trouble now, being barraged by multiple different forces on multiple different angles. T2 Lab does come up right now for the red commander. Resurrecting that laboratory is quite nice. And we're going to start sending some lightning tanks forward right here. A couple of Starlights have come up as well. Starlight's obviously quite powerful if they have a target to shoot at. Right now, they currently do not. Lukewarm Water doing a great job of continuing pushing forward, though. Persecutor firing away at everything that it can. 2 kills under its belt. AGO pops on the northern side. Spybot to try and EMP as many of these Hounds as possible is quite nice. Oh, need to detonate the second one here. Nope, it'll be killed by the Sheldon. Commander goes down in tan right there as well, and we are looking for T3 reinforcements. Marauder headed over in that direction to try and shut down some of those T2. Fiends burning across the map, trying to shut down as many of these mexes as possible. Marauder has the potential to shuttle this down. Razorback obviously going to be ideal though. Razorback's your assault unit, it's your combat unit, it's what you're looking for in this sort of a situation. Starlight now moving forward. EMP missile needs to fire again. Oh, it got destroyed. Ah. Losing that EMP missile does suck, actually, because the economy has just been reinvigorated for the blue commander. Oh, lightning tank, or lightning turret, lightning turret. Oh, no. Oh, no, lightning turret. Yikes. Oh, and our own plasma turret, too. Ah, we're shooting ourselves in the back. The dump fire on the plasma turret killing its own Starlight. Ah, what a bummer. Snoopa not recognizing. Oh, but how about a nuclear strike directly? Double nuking the red commander. Snoopa obviously not going to be feeling great after receiving a double dose of thermonuclear cortex destruction from Zhao in the back in lime green. There's nothing more heartbreaking than receiving a nuke. You receive 2 of them at the same time, and it's certainly hard to not feel a little bit targeted. Definitely a bit of a bummer here for Snoopa, who obviously is forced off the front lines now. Gonna have to go recover from that nuke for a good long while. Certainly meaning that that commander is gonna be knocked out of the game, probably for the rest of it. T3 transition on the southern side has been more than enough to crumble the defenses over here. Mammoth, the one light in the darkness, trying to hold it together on this front here, but every single one of those condensed matter projectiles that hits that Shiva in the face is gonna start chipping off a little bit of health here and a little bit of health there. Down it goes. Really the only thing holding it together. Fiend's not really going to do too much. They're too thin. Hounds pushing forward here as well. H. Pascal in a lot of trouble. Hounds sending volley after volley of plasma fire. Trying to kill that commander. There we go. Finally it does go down. Hounds are notoriously bad at prioritizing things that are shooting at them. The obvious target here should be the LLT, but instead they're going to try and take down the T2 mexes. Away goes the brown commander, handing everything over to, watch me do this, who is furiously trying to produce, as many T3 units as possible. Not going to be worth much now, as another nuke does connect, with the orange base sending another red commander to meet their maker. Beautifully done by Zhao. How many kills do these nukes have, by the way? Combined total, these nukes have 131 kills grand total. Beautifully done. Shutting down the entire economy on the northern side. So the last push that has any force behind it It's going to be the push on the southern side. And it does have quite a lot of power. That's a lot of Shiva marching forward, really, against basically just T2. Loads of Rascal spam. Going to be trying to counter the Shiva by getting underfoot and forcing friendly fire. I don't think it's a sufficient shutdown to the power up there. Another nuke sent out on the map. Headed towards the hot pink base. It's Hysteria. Boom goes the base. Beautifully. Oh, and the commander flung into the air as well. Will also go down. Beautifully done right there. Those are probably the most valuable nukes I've ever seen in a game this high skill. Managing to shut down multiple different bases across multiple different parts of the map. Double nuke is all it took in order to win the game for the blue team. I'm not so sure. The Shiva push is still menacing. We need the entire team to turn around and focus on this, otherwise this could be a disaster. We still have so many Arbiters here firing away as well. Arbiters, oh, they're trying to fire at a fusion reactor. That's just hard. Yeah, they're trying to fire at this fusion reactor that existed here long ago and no longer does. Really, we should be prioritizing that metal extractor. Snupa taking the base, by the way, and using it to try and rebuild into this game. Claiming that metal extractor, obviously nice. Trying to hand over as many resources as possible, apparently. Trying to be the economic hero that this team needs. There goes the metal extractor and a bunch of stuff in the middle of the map there as well. Fiends running into the base of the green commander here. Governor. Hello, Governor. Say those fiends as they get torn to shreds by a bunch of sprinters and pawns. Ticks. Demons marching forward, my goodness. Is the red team actually doing this? Lukewarm in a lot of trouble right now. One of the last facilities completely unprotected by... Oh, actually, that's not where it's going. Oh, right into the main heart of the maroon base right there. Beautifully done. Just out of range of the anti-nuke field here. It's what proper scouting buys you. You can see the scout points all over the place. It's what that proper scouting buys you is perfect hits against this many of the bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases all destroyed by nuclear destruction. Lukewarm water with no anti on the front line here. The double nuke means we can get these out a lot quicker. Huh. The double nuclear play. I like it. I like it a lot. It's going to hinge a lot on Nizam managing to get T3 forces out on the field. Zhao essentially can't help his team with these actual units marching forward. We can only do damage in big bursts. Oh. This could be big. It's only 3 fiends, but they're running directly towards the base of the hot pink commander. They're running right into a demon, though. APM still on these fiends, and they will actually find no value in the backline. Fiends on the fronts, though. Now marching forward. Oh, commander has been spotted. Now going to be targeted down by a couple of sumo, marching their way up this hillside. Fiends continuing to be a menace. Bulwarks firing their tachyon beams to blast down those sumo. It's a very efficient counter. The sumo seem to go down in exactly one blast of the tachyon beam there, so it works quite well. Ooh, explosion of the AGO takes out most of them, though. Nice D-gun there from Zhao, manages to blast down one of the demons marching forward. There's a big ball of Sheldon and Arbiters marching in as well, though. Oh, those could be huge. All they need to do is connect with enough of the static resource production here. The AGOs, the fusions, all that sort of stuff. And I think with... Gosh, how many Arbiters is that in total? 18 Arbiters total. We're going to be able to one-shot virtually anything. Demons coming within range of the bulwarks here, but they're really not able to do much. Only their tachyon beam can actually reach that far. It's powerful, but it's not almighty. Oh, Scuttle's walking forward over here. Ah, sort of an interesting counter to the Scuttle, but an effective one nonetheless. The landmine. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it works. Boom goes the landmines, taking those Scuttles down with them. Nizal looking to make those massive plays, but not really finding the appropriate angle there. Fiends washing through the facility right now of the Green Commander. Man, bulwarks are good. This pair of bulwarks alone has gotten a sturdy 42 kills and counting. Between their pulsar cannon, their heavy laser cannon, and their twin light laser cannons, they're a beast of a defense. Once you run out of energy, there's not a whole lot they can do. Za fighting tooth and nail to keep this facility alive. Desperately fighting to keep this facility alive. Not much left on the front here to nuke, though. And that does become a problem. With units streaming across right here, it's a matter of who can hit the other hardest first. LLT is being set up to bring down the metal extractors over here. That's an interesting way to do it, but I guess if you only have, yeah. If you only have constructors, I guess that works. Better than nothing, certainly. Razorbacks marching in. The calm before the storm. Oh, nuclear missiles sent out now. Now we're going for small targets, small flies. Nizal wants the D-gun. Nice D-gun, gets the Razorback, gets a demon. Commander goes down, but that's alright. That was a decent enough trade there. These demons will be able to clean up all the rest of it. More and more demons coming out of the facility right here for the Cyan Blue Commander. The eco-scaling has run away now. The Yellow Commander and the Hot Pink Commander single-handedly producing all the resources of the red team. It's a 2 versus 2 at this point, huh? Maybe a convenient moment to point out that the Fight Night August 10th is going to be a 2v2 as well. Signups are in the link down below, the challenge link. That's the name of the website. Oh, sorry, it's a 2 versus 3. Governor is still in this. He's still in this in a big way. Rebuilding that bot lab off of 1 solar panel. Eating up his wreckage of a once massive civilization in order to do it. Bombers coming across the map. This could be it. This could be the game winner right here. Do we have any anti-air? Not really. Yeah, no anti-air. Oh, no. No reaction right here from Firefly 123. We do have a flak turret come up and running now. Oh, we'll be able to shut these down. No, they're already deploying their bombs. Massive bombing run right there. Boom goes the Aphis of the Hot Pink Commander. Firefly 123 lighting up and going down. Just like that, the entire facility of the Hot Pink Commander does fall. We do have some flak turrets up on the main base right here of the Pink Commander, or the Yellow Commander. But you know what? Those don't manage to kill those bombers before they deploy either. Not enough bombers here to pop those Aphises, but certainly, yeah, geothermal in a little bit of trouble here. Geothermal is notoriously squishy, so going to be a fairly good target for those T1 bombers to take down. What a nail-biter of a match. Nazab barely avoiding detection right there as the Fiends stream across the battlefield, trying to find purchase. Oh, bombers targeting down the anti-nuke. Oh, it's cheeky. That's an obvious play, and we better have another one started up here. Oh, they connect. Oh, they connect. Anti-nuke is down, and I think we all know exactly what that means. Nuclear missile fired away. Oh, hold on. Let's get a good shot of this. And away goes the nuke. Up into the air and headed directly towards the main base of the Yellow Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been probably one of my favorite games in recent memory. A beautiful, beautiful homage to exactly how good you can get at this game, how powerful you can be, and how easily it can all be blown away by just a couple of thermonuclear warheads. Beautiful, beautiful snipe of the anti-nuke right there. An excellent way to close out this game, and certainly going to be the nail in the coffin for the phenomenally well-played red team. Resign vote is called here by Firefly123, and the red team probably going to accept it, I imagine. Things are looking very dire here. Maybe not. Maybe there's a play I don't see here. But right now, it looks like it's mostly just T1. A couple of demons on the field here, but not enough to bring it back. And the blue team manages to close out this game with some excellent airplay, some wonderful nuclear shenanigans. What an awesome matchup. Thanks a ton for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the very next cast of Beyond All Reason. Peace out, everybody.